took over 2 minutes for that to kick in. That's bizarre. I'm watching weird OBS issues. Because, weird OBS issues. Streamlabs OBS, it slops. I never used to have problems with it, and in the past year, it's had so many issues. Where did that go? Open Task Manager, I don't know where it went. Trying to close. I can see I've got a thing running in the background here. I was trying to close it. I will manually close it since Task Manager didn't want to open. There we go. That's better. Now I can see the screen. I haven't had OBS open in, what, 2 weeks? Has it been 2 weeks? I think it has been 2 weeks. I don't know what day the last stream was. And it did an update thing at some point without telling me, because I got a message when I turned the computer on that said that it updated, so it updated. I've never seen it do an automatic update before. Oh, Woven Kit is still open. Do we need that? Yeah, I don't remember what I was doing. I'll leave it open. There we go. Much better. I opened the game up a few minutes ago to see if it would open. And instead of opening, it gave me an error message telling me that Witcher 3 was using too much CPU. So I restarted the computer and tried opening the game again, and it worked fine. I think because my computer's been just sitting here, running, just me not doing anything. I've been in bed, so it's had all this time to fill up the RAM. Wow, is my keyboard filthy? Dirty. Also, that is very loud. Is that this that's loud? This is loud, right? Yeah, it's this. It's loud. That's actually saying it's not that loud at all. Continue? Try to continue. We're into Sant. Might as well let it continue. Do we want to stay in Tucson? Why were we in Tucson? Lost your head.
At last.
Let's change the size as the game is flowing. Is that why you're hiding in there? Is there something going on in here? I've got a cat sitting here beside me. It isn't usually here. I don't know why she came in here. I don't know. I hear yelling going on out there. Better? There we go. I can probably guess why there's yelling going on out there. Landlord was here. The FBI was visiting the landlord. Landlord was here, and landlord is coming back later. With electricians, the FBI needs to remodel parts of the house. Okay. Our horse is being weird. Oh, we didn't have you meditate. I can see that. I wasn't paying attention. We were supposed to have him meditate when we stopped. I remember now. More relatives in the news. I don't know what they've been doing. I don't watch the news. I don't have a TV.
What's going on there?
Some people on Twitter were sending me links and wanting to know, is this your Aunt Bobby Jean, the portobello mushroom who sends you all those death threats on Facebook? So I clicked the links to New York Times front page. Yep, that would be my Aunt Bobby Jean. You know, wife of Paul Martel, ISIS, bomb builder, Boston Marathon. That aren't. He got 15 years in prison, so he's got, what, another 10, 12 years. They only caught him in 2016. She's still loose. But apparently she's in Bitterford, so screaming going on out there because landlord was here earlier today because the FBI was visiting the landlord and they had to notify him, you know, we gotta come in and redo stuff because we're putting up security things and stuff. Apparently there's been death threats against me and my brother, so lovely. It's not the first time they've done this, it's just the first time they've done it in this apartment. Both the last two apartments we were in, we had to go through stuff like this where the FBI came in and redid the building because we gotta put in all kinds of security. Great, lovely, wonderful. Why don't you just try catching all my aunts and uncles, put them all in prison, everyone have to go through the same, but that'd be nice, so much nicer. They've gotten involved in some other groups, not Heaven's Gate. She was never involved in Heaven's Gate. That was Brucey.
Where to?
Brucey, Bobby, and David. They were the ones involved in Heaven's Gate. Her brothers. She wasn't involved in Heaven's Gate, as far as I know. been involved with the Phelps group, though. That's just as bad. What's your name?
Should he call for reinforcements?
Westboro Baptist Church. No terrorist group. I don't know what she's doing. I didn't bother to read the articles. I just opened it up and I was like, yeah, that's her. Got a few hundred of them. Tweets from Twitter. People sending them to me. Wanting to know. So I saw this in the paper. Ain't this your Aunt Bobby Jean? Yeah. Every single newspaper on the planet right now. You know what? I didn't have you meditate.
But I won't allow it. Far too great a risk.
Who is he fighting with? It's my father yelling. I wonder if he's fighting with. Why is he mad? We're gonna come meditate over here in the trees. That's what we're gonna do. Flowers to meditate. Oh, that was 90%. It was 89%. It was about to go over 90%. 7 hours? Do you need 7 hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Who he's arguing with? I didn't know there was anyone here. It's not my brother. He's in his room. It's not Ben. Ben would have come in here to hide. Oh, Ben is so scared of arguments. He feels so... I'm over slightly. I had to move the camera and set up and stuff, so I'm over here more than I'm usually over there more. There's a cat sitting here in the chair beside me. Usually I've got my arm up on this armrest here, and I can't right now. You get a drink. Yeah, I need a drink too. You're gonna need more to drink. That wasn't enough. You should probably check your pockets and see what we're giving you. I don't know what we did. Wasn't much, was it? Alright, now it's nighttime. Okay. Oh, we left our horse back there. Yeah, I can't pay attention to the game and concentrate on what I'm doing when stuff is stressing me out. And stuff is stressing me out because my relatives are insane and Biden's president. And who the hell knows what that has to do with anything? We're in Maine. It doesn't matter what the president is or does. It never affects Maine. Nothing affects Maine. The entire of America would be perfectly happy if somebody blew Maine up and they didn't have to admit we existed. How many times have you heard somebody anywhere on the internet and you mention Maine, like, oh, nobody cares about Maine? Yeah, I know. That is why 89% of all children will starve to death before they reach 10 years old in Maine, because nobody gives a shit about Maine. We don't have enough food up here. Children starve to death on a daily basis. We have a higher mortality rate of children than Africa does. A lot of people knew that about Maine. Third world countries have better medical conditions than we do. Wow, look at the sky. Horse is fucking a barrel. What's wrong with our horse? I don't know. I got a crazy horse. Real horses actually are like that. If you ever go into raising horses, beware stallions. They will do that. Have we ever gone into this house? I don't know. We're going to go into this house because it's here. We always go to that other house. I don't remember ever going to this house. There's kids asleep on the floor. Yeah, houses like this remind me of Maine. Houses like this are actually bigger than most houses in Maine. A lot of this game reminds me of Maine, which I think is a large part of why I like this game. Do you not have an upstairs way? Yes, you have another. That door's locked. You have an upstairs, but can we not get up there? Your ladder is broken. This house model is in a lot of the game. And there's usually a ladder right here. And I can't, we're stuck on the door. I can't look up. There we go. Up. Does it, can we get up there? Sometimes we can jump up on stuff. Jump up on the kid. Sure, I wouldn't care stepping on a kid. No, she's beating a kid to death. Male kids. I don't think you would have heard a female kid. There were two children in that scene. Can we get on your roof? That looks low enough to climb up there. Okay, we're gonna climb on the barrel instead, I guess. And fall off of it. I want to climb up on the roof. Did the grass just disappear? Okay. The grass disappeared again. There we go. Look at the sky.
What kind of smell is that?
I forget to look up at the night sky. We hardly ever look up at the sky. I like the sky in this game. You know, a lot of people, when they play this game, when it starts getting dark, they just automatically, immediately meditate to move past nighttime. So they never see all the sunsets and night stuff that's in this game. And there's a lot of nice sunsets and night sky things in this game.
Do you see him here? I left him a letter.
This is a game that I am fascinated by looking at. That's obvious. We spend a lot of time looking at stuff in this game. Everybody knows. That's annoying. I've been sicker the past 2 weeks, and I have been most of the past year. Chances are really high I have COVID-19 right now. I have been out of it, just totally asleep I haven't been able to do anything. And we did come into contact with somebody who had COVID-19. I social distance, I mask up, I wear triple masks. I have medical paranoias on extreme levels. I always have. So the grass is back. Why is it? I know what Maud is
I
cousin.
simply wish to avoid
I thought we had this fixed. Let's do it again. It's done it for so long. Staccato grass mud. It's a known bug, and if you've never talked to KNG on a forum, Kinger, people call him KNG. His name's actually Kinger. You talk to him on a forum, and I think he has more conspiracy theories than all of my uncles combined. But somebody asked him about this bug because it's the best grass mod there is, but it's glitched out really bad. It has a ton of bugs. Yeah, on your way through. Can you not step on the keyboard? There you go. Okay. Rascal's asleep on the fish tank. When we set up the new fish tank, we were having a really hard time getting it to heat up because we had the heater from the old fish tank. We'd ordered a heater in the mail and it had. The fish tank got here before the heater did. So it didn't have a heater big enough to heat up. We had a really hard time getting it heated up the first few days. So I wrapped it all up with sleeping bags and fur blankets. And then it got so cold, this massive cold. If you watch fish tubers on YouTube, thousands of them have just lost all their fish. And there's thousands of people all over America right now. All their fish are just dead because this weird polar vortex came in and froze the entire of America and knocked the power out, and people's fish tanks froze and exploded and killed all the fish. So we had just set up this fish tank just before that hit. We were trying to get the fish tank heated up. The fish tank has its own generator. There is a generator and everything hooked up to that, so if we lose power, we're stuck. We don't have any power. But the fish tank will keep going. It'll keep the fish alive. Because we did several years ago lose all our fish to a power outage. And after that, we got a generator, and the fish tank is on a generator. But because it's so cold, we're just having such a hard time getting, even with the heat in the house, because, Maine, we don't have good insulation up here. Houses are not well insulated. So, it's hard to keep the heat up. So the fish tank is still wrapped up. The front of it, you can see the front of it, but the two sides, the back and the top, it's all wrapped up with blankets, keep the heat from coming out. Rascal has decided that's his bed now. All those blankets on top of the fish tank, because the fish tank's nice and warm, plus it's got blankets on it. I see a crashed texture file. Anyways, this grass mod is extremely much it's the best grass mod there is of all the grass mods. There's, I don't know how many grass mods there are. There's probably 10 or 12 grass mods on Nexus. There used to be more, but several of them have been deleted. Mod makers deleted their accounts, deleted all their mods, so it's not as many as it used to be. There is a texture file not loaded there. And I think the only texture files that would be added in this, the only mods that would be added in these texture files is the HD graphics mod. So I think we found another glitch with the HD graphics mod.
very old, thoroughly raped and destroyed.
Also, look at that house. That. In the vanilla game, that is like smooth stucco, all the stonework and stuff. That is not in the vanilla game. That's the HD graphics mod that you're seeing. That is really good. They put a huge amount of work into that. That's why when I see things like this, obviously glitch, which bother me when I see them, but they don't bother me enough for me to take this mod off, because it also does stuff like this, and also the tiles on that building. I know this mod is editing those tiles, and something's wrong there. Also, this is edited by this mod. Can I get you to stand up next to it? That cloth that is laying over, look at the graphics on that cloth. That is really good. That is also edited by it. There goes the grass. Oh, it's grass flashing, right? Is it? It's flashing. Okay. Yeah, it's the flashing bug. But yeah, it's the best grass mod. But it has this bug where the grass disappears. A lot of people use this mod. It is just like 25,000 people who have downloaded this mod and use it. It's one of the more popular mods on Nexus, all of Nexus, not just the Witcher games. But it's got this bug where the grass vanishes, especially in Descent. Descent's where it gets it a lot. As tons of people have asked him, you gotta fix this bug. It's got this bug, and you know. Don't try to have a conversation with Kinger. KNG. Do not do that. Don't. People learn that hard way when they tell your mod's got a bug. Can you fix it? And he goes off into these wild rants as what is wrong with this guy? He goes off into these wild rants about the Illuminati reptilian shape-shifting Pope. It just goes on and on and on and on and on, and I'm like, wow, is he insane? Makes David Icke look sane. How hard it is to make David Icke look sane. Kenji's something else. This is another one that is edited by that mod, I can tell. They made like peeling paint look on it. How did we fix it? I knew we fixed that bug, the flashing bug. I figured out how to fix it. And I made a mod that fixed it. Did I take that mod back off? You know, I might have. We remerged all the mods. Why did we remerge the mods? Oh, we put the new tomes on, that's right. Remerged the mods because we put the new tomes on. I know I haven't got all the mods back on yet that we used to be using. That is the tessellation mod. This is where we came in. I don't know which door we came in. Where are we? This is where we came in, right? Where did we leave our horse? Didn't we have our horse this a minute ago? You wandered back to that house up there, right? Is that what it did?
Remind you of that.
No, there you are. We need merchants. Wait a minute. We should look at our inventory. I haven't gone and fixed that yet. I keep forgetting. It's one of those bugs that it hasn't bothered me enough for me to immediately close the game and go fix it. It's like, oh yeah, fix that later. And then I forget after I get done playing the game. When I get done with the game, usually I'm so tired, I just go to bed. And then when I wake up, I have completely forgotten.
What happened?
I had all these things I was going to do to fix in the game, and I just didn't do them. I need to write them down. That's why I keep notepads here. I keep notepads here so I can write down when I find things. Sometimes I write them down. Sometimes I just say, yeah, I'll write it down later. Why would I recognize this? I know this town. I don't recognize this thing. Is it because it's nighttime? Have we ever been in this town at nighttime before? Stuff looks so different at night than it does in the daytime. Yeah, you're annoying me when you keep doing that. I might end up taking you back off. I think that's why we took her off before. She keeps screaming. She has a hell of a lot of dialogue for somebody who literally says one line. One line. She has one sentence that she says in the game. Yet you take her dialogue file and put it in her so that she can talk as a travel companion, and she yaps. She's got a whole bunch of dialogue. Tulip. That's Tulip that's screaming. She's got a whole bunch of dialogue that's not in the game. She was intended to be used quite a lot more than she is. This is a channel. Huh. Never noticed that. That's a man-made stream. That's not an actual stream. Isalira too. Isalira's got a whole bunch of dialogue. She's got this long amount of dialogue. The voice actors acted out quite a bit of dialogue for those characters, and it didn't get used in the game. Yeah, see? That's her again. She's she's just randomly spouting off stuff. I did the same thing with Avallac'h too. I originally, when I first made the mod that made all these characters talk with their own voices, I put his entire file in him. Half the stuff he says isn't in the game, but also the voice volume is so much louder on some of them. I went through and I was going across that bridge. Why did you do that? The horse is refusing to cross the bridge. Where are we? Wait a minute. Let's get a map. I don't even know where we are. Oh, we're near Regis. That's right. We talked to Regis. We went to Teshamutna. Where's Teshamutna? Oh, right up there. I think I'm saying that wrong. Am I saying that wrong? I think I'm saying that wrong. Prison's over there. Amphitheater. We wanted to go there for some reason. Why did we want to go there? Did we do that? It was something about a mod. That mod. That mod right there. White Wolf gear. That's right. That mod was bugging out and we were trying to figure out what... I don't know if it's bugged out because the mod itself is bugged out, or if it's because it's conflicting with another mod that I've got on here, because I've got so many mods on here. Debate of the last few days. I can't see him. He must be in there. Oh, he is. I can see him. Yep. the last few days, because this tank is so much bigger than the other tank, I added another filter to it. And this filter has got a big sponge on it. The other filter is a canister filter. This one's got a big sponge on it. And it has the sponge that came with it, but then I put a second sponge on it that I had that was a refill for a different filter that I don't use anymore. And so it had like this long sponge. And I folded it in half, cut a hole in it, and put it right on the pipe with the other filter. And it ended up making this V shape when I put it on, because I didn't cut it, I just folded it. If I had cut it, it would have just stacked like a sandwich. But because I folded it, it made this V shape. So the pipe goes through it, and then it has an open space on the side. And the bear found it the other day, and he's fascinated, and he's claimed it as he's treating it like it's a cave. So this part that opens up, he goes inside of it, and he sleeps in there at night now. That's his new place. But I've been trying to get a picture of him. He just came out. He's been around again. I've been trying to get a picture of him there, and every time I try to get a picture of him, as soon as I get near the tank to get a picture of him, he's a light sleeper. So I can't get a picture of him asleep in that cave, in that sponge that he's using for a cave. Because as soon as I get near the tank, he immediately zips out and rushes to the front of the tank because now he's all excited because he thinks I'm going to feed it. I've been trying all week to get a picture of him in that. I haven't got a picture of him doing it yet. That showed a whole bunch of plants on the map. We just picked two of them. They're right in front of us. I'll see the rest of them. Sunstone, a thing that Avallac'h carries around with him in his pocket in the novels. Which says much about the game, with all of a sudden now you're looking for it. He's sending you on a wild goose chase looking for this thing that normally he carries around in his pocket. It's supposedly been missing for centuries. I don't know. Some of the stuff with the game. Some of the stuff with the game is so damn accurate to the novels. And some of the stuff with the game is like, what the hell? Did you not read the novels? You back? You going back up there?
Yes.
You're gonna knock my drink over. She's rubbing her head on a can of Moxie. She says this is great to scratch my chin on. We have Moxie again. Moxie. Can you see Moxie? Moxie. People always ask me, what is Moxie? I never heard of Moxie. If you don't live in Maine, no, you've never heard of Moxie. Apparently the Maine militia stormed a factory and they decided, we better put it back into production. Yes, Mainers love their Moxie. Don't take it away. Maine militia has, oh look, my Uncle David in it.
In jest.
Very weird. Always. It'd be funnier if they weren't so violent. Alright, look at the map again. It's still showing one more. Where is it? There's another plant here. I'm trying to find these plants to pick and I don't see it. There it is. what was it? I couldn't even see it. I suppose we should meditate to daytime so I can see what I'm doing. It is so dark in this game. And I have a mod that makes nighttime brighter than the vanilla. And it is still so dark. Where's our horse?
Sirene, do you swear to stay on shore?
All we did was walk around in a circle. Why can't I see our horse? Why? What are you doing? The game just froze for some reason. I don't know why. That is it. Which one is it? This one, right? Yeah. I've got her clothes almost the same color as Avallac'h's. That's what I was trying to do. I've got several here that are all similar shades of bluish gray and one that's darker gray. I was trying to. His clothes are the color they are. You can't change the color of his clothes with the hex codes. So you can't change them. And there's no hex code because of that. So I can't take the hex code and put it under the girl's clothes and make them the same color as his, which is what I was trying to do. This mod that has these, and this one here is the closest I've gotten. We're experimenting with all the different various. I got a hex code chart, and I was experimenting with all these different hex codes, trying to get it the same color. I've lost our horse, and I can't see. We should get it to daytime because I have such a hard time seeing it at nighttime in this game. It is so dark. I can't see good normally, anyways.
While others risk their lives for
I am legally blind in one eye, and not much better for seeing in the other eye. Gills is over there traumatized and scared. What's scaring you? There's our horse. Wow, we got far away than I thought. Wait, I see more plants. We have no reason to be picking plants. We're just picking plants. Sometimes when we're picking plants, we're actually looking for something because we're doing something with alchemy potions or something, but right now we're just... I opened up the map to see where we were. I wasn't paying attention to where we were, was I? I opened up the map to see where we were, and I saw plants on it, and we started picking plants. But that puts us quite a bit away from where I opened up the map and saw those plants. Wait a minute. Yeah. I see 2 more plants on the map. I don't see them. They're behind us, according to the map. This one. Wow, it's that hard to see at night. I think the other one's probably on the other side. I wonder how many plants there are in the game. What are we stuck on? You can't move. You stuck on a rock? You're stuck on that rock, okay. Now we're stuck on a bush, apparently. Well, now it's not on the map. There were 2 and we only picked 1. Is that it?
They despise me so they should leave me be.
That showed up on the map just now. I don't know. In the vanilla game, there's a little thing up on the top that shows you where the flowers are. We couldn't get anything done. Every time there was flowers up there on the map, my mind immediately, oh, there's all kinds of things up there cluttering up the map. I must pick them all so that those markers aren't there. And there's so many flowers in the game. We couldn't get anything done. That was, when we were actually playing the game, which we don't do anymore. We gave up trying to play the game. My pundit issues. Too disruptive of gameplay. This is not unique to this game either. We play Don't Starve like this.
Avallac'h is right.
And
If
Subnautica.
I do nothing, humans, elves, all will face destruction.
We haven't finished we're on, is it the 3rd playthrough or the 4th playthrough of Subnautica? I don't remember now. I have completely forgotten. It's been almost a year since I've played Subnautica. Wow. There's our horse. We're back to you again.
Why are they here?
There it is. That's the only line she actually says in the game. But why can't you get on your horse? Why? What are you doing? There we go. Refusing to get on his horse. I used to have a Don't Starve YouTube channel. That's all it was. It was Don't Starve videos. Over 2,000 of them. If you only looked at that channel and not my... I have several YouTube channels. If you only looked at that channel and not my other YouTube channels, you would have assumed I did nothing but play Don't Starve, which people did. People did assume I did nothing but play Don't Starve. But the funny thing was about it, I had gotten this reputation for being an expert in Don't Starve, which I'm not. But for some reason, people looked at my channel and they're like, oh, she must know everything there is to know about Don't Starve, because look at the 2,000 videos about Don't Starve. No, there wasn't 2,000 videos about Don't Starve. There was 2,000 videos of me doing nothing but picking flowers. That's what there was. And it was several years worth of videos, because I played Don't Starve. I still play Don't Starve once in a while. We don't do it as much anymore, but it's still a game we play in between obsessing over Witcher 3 play. Because I played it so much, people just had this assumption that I was an expert in the game. And people would contact me and ask me, so I'm up to this and that, and I'm doing this, and they'd be stuck on a quest. It was hysterical. They'd want to know,
Myself to a northern cloud. That's what
what do I do? And I'm like, how the hell should I know? And I mean, you have all this, you have a Don't Starve exclusive channel. You've played Don't Starve for years. You have thousands of videos. And I'm like, have you ever watched my Don't Starve videos? I've never played the quest, ever. I've never played the quest. People play the game and they do the storyline. They jump into the story and they play the game, and I've never done that. People build these massive, huge, normally it's a survival game. You build like a campsite, and then you expand it, and you keep expanding it, and you kind of almost build a village-like situation. It's not, you're not building buildings and stuff, but it's that type of a thing where you're building up this massive territory while fighting monsters and trying to stay alive. And like the title says, don't starve. You gotta try to not starve to death. You need to get food. Really early in playing the game, it's one of the first things you're going to learn. We don't want to be here. Turn around. No. We're walking into a quest. We don't want to walk into a quest. We're not interested in doing quests. Very early on in playing Don't Starve, I mean, in the first few seconds of the game, Maximilian pops up and he tells you this whole find food, stay alive. And so that's what you do. You run around, you pick carrots and mandrakes and berries, just these wild plants, and you're picking all these wild plants, and monsters are trying to kill you, and you're picking more wild plants and fighting monsters, and there's flowers everywhere. Thousands and thousands and thousands of flowers. Well, then nighttime comes. Picking flowers is an actual thing that you must do if you want to stay alive in Don't Starve. You will die if you don't pick flowers. Nighttime comes. And Wilson's the character you play, he is absolutely terrified of the dark. So he is going to die from just being scared to death if it's dark. So you have to light a fire or torch or camp or something. There needs to be some type of light to stay alive. But when Owlie's got his light, he's still scared out of his mind. He starts going insane. And so shadows start coming to life and kill you. And the only way to fight off the shadows, because the shadows are hallucinations, they're not real. You're being killed by hallucinations that are not real. It's one of those situations like Nightmare on Elm Street where you die in your dream, you die in real life type of thing. He's scared of the shadows. The shadows are not real, but he thinks they are, and if they kill him in his imagination, he's actually going to die. He's going to die of insanity. So you have to pick flowers to stay alive. Well, I discovered how to mod the game shortly after I started playing the game.
Yes.
And I invented what is called the Insanity Challenge, which people try to do now. It's a mod that people download and try to beat. It's really, really hard. The whole goal of the Insanity Challenge is to play the game totally at nighttime. 24 hours a day of full-on darkness, with mandrakes that Wilson is scared of as travel companions. And the goal is to stay alive for at least 10 minutes. Most people die within the first 30 seconds of starting the challenge. It is so damn hard to pick flowers fast enough to stay alive with the Insanity Challenge. And that, if you looked at all these videos that I had up on this channel, they were all 10-15 minutes or less. And they were all the Insanity Challenge. It was just me doing the Insanity Challenge over and over and over and over again. That's all it was. And so it's this massive amount of doing absolutely nothing but picking flowers as fast as possible to try to stay alive before your hallucinatory shadows kill you. It's almost impossible to beat it. It's just funny. People would contact me and ask me all these questions about the game, normal gameplay. Because they would look at the channel and be, oh, look at all these videos. There's nothing but Don't Stop. But they wouldn't watch. They didn't watch the videos. It was insanely, painfully obvious that they had not watched the videos. Because had they watched the videos, they would have known. I did not play the game. I simply picked flowers in this crazy challenge of trying to stay alive by picking flowers. And we stopped playing Don't Starve when I discovered Dr. Shu. And so then we started playing How to F Boyfriend over and over and over again because I had seen somebody play How to F Boyfriend.
I'm going to help him.
And she was trying to unlock this really rare ending. And she was playing the game, and when you watch the game, it's not a good game for watching. It's one of those games where most people are just going to be bored out of their minds watching it. It is very boring to watch. But playing it, it's one of those games where you get stuck and you have to try to figure out, it's a murder mystery. So you have to try and figure out all these murder mystery things. It's also a dating sim while you're trying to date pigeons. It's the pigeon dating simulator. You play a cave person on a planet that is ruled by pigeons. You are one of the few humans on the entire planet who has advanced enough to be like pigeons and are able to talk and think. The world is run by pigeons, and it's kind of like Planet of the Apes, where pigeons are the dominant species. And you're this human that the pigeons have decided, you know what? This human's a freak. They know how to talk and think. Let's send them to school with the other pigeons. So you're a teenage cave person. You're the first human in history to know how to think, and the pigeons are trying to teach you. And you have to go through dating all these pigeons to try to get through school while you're also trying to learn stuff. The game's like 600 hours of, let me think, do I want to play piano today or do I want to do math equations today? You go through several years of school. You go through the entire 4 years of high school. Dating pigeons in between. And as it goes along, you start picking up clues of the fact that people are dying. Kind of like Doki Doki Literature Club type of situation starts showing up. And so you have to play like 100 hours into the game before you start realizing, oh, murder mystery happening here. It's almost nobody streams it because it is an incredibly boring game to sit there and watch. But it's a fascinating game once you get into it and start playing it. And I didn't start, if I had started watching the beginning of her playthrough, I probably would have been too bored to finish it. But I started near the point where she had discovered Dr. Shu, and she's investigating the laboratory and stuff. And so she started talking about that this was like the 5th or 6th time playing the game. She was trying to unlock the rare ending. It's really hard to unlock it. In order to unlock the rare ending, you have to play the game completely 16 times and unlock successfully all 16 of the different endings of the game. It will trigger a set of bonus games. There's like 8 of them. You then have to play those and trigger all the endings of those. It'll unlock Bad Boy Love, the Dr. Shu ending. It's insanely hard to get. That's why we stopped playing Don't Starve. We started playing How to F Boyfriend because she started talking about what the Dr. Shu ending was, and I was like, oh my god, I want to see this. This is insane. It is. It's absolutely insane. he's a serial killer who's killing off everybody in the school, and you have to date him and be murdered by him, and then all of a sudden your character switches to your true boyfriend, who then becomes a vendetta vigilante hunting down Dr. Shu. And then all of a sudden, alien Godzilla creatures from out of space, who are the Yaoi fangirls, take over Tokyo and completely destroy Tokyo. And then Dr. Shu comes in. Dr. Shu's a pigeon. These are all pigeons. Everybody's a pigeon. Dr. Shu comes in with an army tank and starts blowing up everything. It is so absolutely insane. So, I spent like 2 or 3 years to get that ended. We finally got it. We're at the palace. I'm yapping and not paying attention to where we're going. We're at the palace. We don't want to be here. Where do we want to be? I don't know. Let's go to Mount Gorgon. That's there. I tend to get stuck on a game for a while, and then people will end up thinking, oh, you're a one-game channel. No, I just got stuck on a game for a while. So people thought I was a head of boyfriend channel for a while. And then we discovered Honey Pop. Honey Pop, by the way, has just come out with the 3rd game, which is actually part 2. It's the 3rd game and it's part 2. Who knows why? But that's what it is. Can't play Honey Pop. Fastest way to get banned on Twitch: play Honey Pop. Don't play Honey Pop on Twitch. I've seen so many people try to play it. They'll get maybe an hour into the game and all of a sudden their channel is gone and they're like, why? Let me think. There's a huge section in the TOS of Twitch totally devoted to Honey Pop and all the hows and whys of reasons. Don't get near this game. It's banned on so many levels in Twitch, and people try to play it. The funny thing was, I had seen somebody play it. I didn't realize how bad it can be until I played it. I had seen somebody play it, and I didn't know at the time that the game had a thing in it. It had a supposedly streamer-friendly version. It's streamer-friendly enough for YouTube. It's not for Twitch. So I had seen a censored version of the game being played. I didn't realize until I played it, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay, this is not what I saw in the playthrough. It's the most bizarre game ever made. But we played it, we streamed it on YouTube. We streamed the uncensored lesbian version of it on YouTube, and wow, did my YouTube channel go crazy. That's when I got a huge amount of followers. All my YouTube followers, they came from Honey Pop. Because I was playing the uncensored version, which was obviously not monetized. You can't monetize that. A lot of people are streaming it on YouTube right now, though, because it just came out with the part 2, which is actually the 3rd game. I want to see how wild that game is. Just don't get near it on Twitch. Twitch hates that game. We are lost in Beauclair. I don't know how to get back out. We are not in Beauclair enough for me to know the streets. We're doing what we always do when we're in Beauclair. We're lost. I was going around Beauclair. I didn't intend to go through Beauclair. I was just talking and not paying attention. All of a sudden, we were in the middle of Beauclair and I didn't realize it. And then we found Witcher 3. I'd already played Witcher 1 several times. And I have never finished Witcher 2. I keep starting Witcher 2. It is so boring. There's no story in Witcher 2. It is the most damn boring game out there. Okay, there's the Beelzebub Claire. That's a ship. That's a lake, right? Is this a lake? Or is it the ocean? Where are we? I think if we follow our way around the lake, we get back out of Beauclair, right? Oh, we're heading up towards Corvo Bianca. Wow, we're completely the opposite direction I was with. When we were at the palace, I said, let's go to Mount Gorgon. That's Mount Gorgon. We're over here now. We went completely the opposite direction. Amphitheater, that's where we were going. We were going to the amphitheater. We're nowhere near where we wanted to be. What are all these? Oh, the fist fights. We can probably do the fist fights now, can't we? We couldn't in the first Avallac'h playthrough because Avallac'h is just... He can't do fist fights at all. The way he's coded in the vanilla game, because he's not a player character. Why do I remember this thing? Yeah, it's because he's not a player character, so he doesn't have the full coding he needs for stuff to be used as a player character. And it was annoying me when we first started the Avallac'h playthrough. At the very beginning of it, it was just Geralt Doppler texture swap. And it was annoying me. It was just Geralt reskinned. And it was bothering me that it wasn't, we weren't playing actually as Avallac'h. We were playing as Geralt looking like Avallac'h. Oh, so it was annoying me. And that's why I started building the Avallac'h mod. And the first version of it, you're getting very thirsty and hungry and tired. Is there some place we can stop? What? What you... our horse will go ahead. And the horse is acting like it's running into a building. It won't go over here. It's stuck. Why are you doing this? Why? What is it? Why? Alright, get off your horse. Can we walk through it? Walk through it fine. Clears. It can't come through. Why can't our horse can't come through there? Alright, I guess we're walking for a while. Our horse is stuck. Did you actually go all the way around? Where did you run from? Our horse ran all the way around. Okay. Can we we go through this way now? No, no, you won't. Why? Stop. No. It's like there's a wall here. It won't let us go through. That is weird. We were able to walk through it. It's just a horse that can't go through it. Oh, no, why? Also, where are we? Oh, we were talking about hunger and thirst and fatigue. That's right. And most of the houses in this area are locked at night, even the ones that are unlocked in the daytime. There's no place around here to meditate. Not safely. These are not... Wow, look how far we can see the lights. What is that? Is that Dun-Dun? Dun-Dun Castle? What are we seeing? Is that Mont Crane? That's the direction of Mont Crane. Can we see that far? Oh! Tourney ground. Tourney ground. We can meditate here. Where's somebody got a tent we can meditate in? You have loot. Let's go see what your loot is and meditate in your tent. Okay. We're glitched into a horse. Not a horse, a cow. Alright. Meditate on your rug. Even though we have no idea what direction we are facing. What was it? It was almost at 50%, so that's 4 hours, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it was almost at 60%. And get a drink. Also, what are you drinking? And your food is empty, okay. 29%. We don't have many that are stacked. Let's see, we need to eat something. Hi, Russ. How long have you been here? I didn't hear you come up. %, means you need... Alright. They settled in for now. Siri's hair glitching out. Hug Siri. No, no, it's just that. No, we gotta hook Siri.
Just
Apparently, the light and shadows could do an issues. We don't have the dreadlock mod on right now because I like this mod right now. We go back and forth between those two.
all right. Talk later.
There are so many hair mods for Siri. I have every single one of them downloaded. A lot of them aren't available anymore. The grass is gone. There goes the grass again. A lot of them aren't available on Nexus anymore. There used to be so many mods for Siri. There comes the grass. There used to be so many mods for Siri, and now most of them are gone. There's still quite a lot of them, but several hundred mods for Siri are gone. They've been deleted. It's not a case where Nexus is deleting them. It's the mod makers that are just being harassed so bad by Siri fans that people deleting their mods. I don't understand that either. And I understand why the mod makers are getting upset and deleting their mods. I don't understand why these crazy Siri fans are attacking the mod makers.
Thank you
But
for coming with me.
why can't you get up there? You just can't get up there. That's not something that you should have been able to be saying in this time period.
I believe I'm qualified.
Other phrases that you get, like cop out. I heard somebody say that once in this game somewhere. It's a thing that a random background character says, and it's like, that's something that came into existence in the 1930s, specifically because of the Prohibition.
But I can't very well tie her up.
They didn't have that term in the 1200s. There's so many modern day things that show up in this game that shouldn't be. Which, in the novels, it would fit, because the novels are not medieval. But the game is medieval, even though the novels aren't. Which is one of those things that I like that the game is medieval. But the novels weren't. Where are we and what are we doing? Do we have any reason to go to any merchants? Wait a minute. We got a bunch of merchants around us right now. But we haven't been living a lot of stuff. We've just been picking stuff. We've been picking lots of stuff. And the merchant city here is a blacksmith, an armorer, and a food. Wait, there's a food merchant. Where is she? Where is? Up that way more, right? We haven't up there yet. Yes, here you are. We were just talking about needing food. See if you have any food that we need. No, stop doing that. Our horses. Oh, it does that? I like that mod. Wait a minute. Let's go look at this. We hardly ever see it. There's only a few places in the game where these even are. These are normally red. In the vanilla game, these lights are red, which is okay if, you know, you're not red colorblind and can't see red. Now they're purple and I can see them. So now I like them. Also, what do you, he's stuck on this post.
You know I shan't let you refuse.
Siri is good at not letting people refuse, isn't she? Page 179. Oh, we could play Gwen. We've been Girl's voice. Oh, we've got that mod on here. I forgot. I wanted to take that off. I can't remember which mod it is either. Okay. The mod that makes it, the money's always at 13,000. I can't remember what mod does that. Fishing in Riverbed. I can't remember what mod does that. It annoys me that happens. Okay, we're going to buy more apples because we've been using apples. We're going to buy pies because we've been using those, even though that's not a pie. I can't remember how you pronounce that though. Water. That's what we came here looking for. Even though we have lots of water, it doesn't stack. I want stacked water. Is that ratatouille? Ratatouille. We use ratatouille. That is a stack of whatever that word is. It's a bread. I don't know how you say that word. These baked potatoes, that's only 2 of them though. We do use baked potatoes, so we are running out of food. Wow, we're actually almost out of food. How did that happen? Fish sandwich. You know, we have never come to a conclusion. Is Avallac'h a fisherman who doesn't eat fish? We're not given anything to tell us anything of that, an answer for that anywhere. Not even going back to the source material, which is the original novel was written in 1130. Andrzej Sapkowski did not invent or create either Avallac'h or Siri or Geralt. My brother heard me say that once. One of my not one that lives here, one of the other brothers heard me say that once. He's like, really? And he went and looked it up. He's like, oh my god. Geralt, the White Wolf, comes from a novel written in the 1960s. Mm-hmm. It does. He was not created by Andrzej Sapkowski. Vodka. We're keeping the vodka. Even though Avallac'h doesn't drink because... Apparently he doesn't classify vodka in that because he does drink vodka. That's why those contradictions we're left wondering, why? We're told he doesn't drink, and we're told he drinks vodka. Grass is gone. remember what I did to fix this before. It's something. Oh, I know what would have changed it. Mm-hmm. I remember what changed, what caused, why we're having an issue. The HD graphics mod has a foliage setting. That would have changed it. That's the file that I had to fix the grass flashing. Where'd our horse go? There our horse went.
Your boots could use some polish, Baker.
And we can't. We have that armor for our horse, don't we? Or that other armor. This one. I want that armor for our horse. I like that armor. I think this is my favorite armor of any armor in the game right here for the horses. This blue. We should take, it's not that hard to do. I should just do it. We have, is it this or one that looks a lot like this, right, for our horse? And we never use it. I also like this armor. This armor is very nice. I like horse gear. If it wasn't such an expensive game to play, I would be stuck in Star Stables. And these are horses we can't ride either. It won't let us ride these horses. But the same way I make these girls that travel with us, I should be able to make this armor usable for our horse using that exact same method, shouldn't I? Does that not seem logical? I've never tried it. I don't know. Every time we go near these two horses, I always point out, I like this red armor and I like this blue armor. Siri's response to Gil's is, don't you remember he was forcing you and everybody's bad? Yeah, so much forcing going on. Siri argued with Avallac'h over the fact she's not going to give him a baby. Eridan walks over. So, you tell her she's going to get to fuck the king yet? You mean I'm going to have sex with the king? Oh boy! Jumps on her horse and gallops to the palace, leaves Avallac'h standing there. So much forcing. Yes, a lot of forcing going on there. So many people hate Avallac'h because Gel says that. Are we in Avallac'h? I forgot Avallac'h's right near the palace. Well, now we have a goal. Go visit our buddy. We can find him. He's over here somewhere. I can never find this or remember how to get to it. You think I would? You know, of any place in the game, I should remember how to get to. Yep, we are in Avallac'h. The Fisher King's up ahead of us. I don't remember where he is. I can never remember where he is. He's on the other side of the lake, right? Yes, he's over there. I see him. Alright, let's go visit the Fisher King. I've had so many people ask me, where is the Fisher King? How do you find him? There's the Fisher King. This is how you find him. I can never remember where he is. We need to make a page. I do not have a page on my website for the Fisher King. We need to make a page on my website for the Fisher King. I've seen people walk right by him and not see him. There he is. Yeah, I've seen people just walk by him and completely not see him at all. They'll be like, wait, you mean he was there? Yeah, you went by him. Have we got a mod changing your clothes? We do. What mod is it? It's got to be the HD graphics mod. Doesn't know what the mod that is edited the Toussaint graphics. It has changed your clothes. Well, this is Avallac'h. If you didn't know that, this is Avallac'h when he's old. He's just gone to ignore us. Because that's what he does. We're here at bright daytime. He fishes over there. If you come over here earlier in the morning, sunrise time, he'll be over here, sitting here in these bushes, which is what he was just leaving. So he switches at 7 a.m. He sits over here in the bushes and he picks berries. He's got a basket. When we got here, he was just leaving that. There you are, wandering around again. He's got a campfire over here. Here's the campfire. Comes over here and cooks rats on the campfire. At nighttime, he sleeps under this bush here. And that's all he ever does. Now he's back to, yeah, he goes through this cycle. There he is, back picking berries again. Of any character in the game from the novels, this is the one they were the most lore friendly with. If you have the name tags on, I don't have them on. You come here before you meet the Lady of the Lake. It says Mysterious Fisherman over his name, and when you get, after you get Erendite, the sword, it says Fisher King over his name. And that's him talking as much as he talks. It's the exact same dialogue file that he had in Witcher 1. I do wish they would have had him with a quest in this game. So he has no quest. He's just an Easter egg that you can find. He had a huge amount of quests in Witcher 1. The entire of Chapter 4 in Witcher 1 is interacting with the Fisher King. We should replay Witcher 1 and play as the Fisher King. Because I have a mod that I can do that with. Because that's what I do. The current Witcher 1 save file that we're using right now, I have all the save files for all my playthroughs, but the current one that we're using right now, we're playing as Kalkstein. And if you want to Meet the lady of the lake. We can't trigger her at this point in the game, but she's over there. Have we already done that? Also, this lake, nice, calm, quiet lake. This is nothing like Avallac'h. Avallac'h is described as this massive lake that is constant storms. The only time it was quiet was where Avallac'h was. He had a barrier around himself when he walked. And it was quiet within that barrier. Outside of the barrier, the lake was just constant storm, like hurricane type storm. Nobody could go in the lake. Nobody could do anything. They couldn't take boats out into the lake because it would just immediately sink the boats. And it was huge. It's like Gitchagumi. It was a really big lake. Basically a mini ocean. So this calm, quiet, little teeny weeny tiny lake does not represent the Lake of Avallac'h, which was many miles across. You could not see the island from anywhere. The mists of Avallac'h was so thick that you could not see. It was just like this wall of absolute fog. You could not see. Avallac'h is fascinating. I like Avallac'h. And here he is again. Also Avallac'h. This character as well. As the hermit.
No reason to tarry. Come.
Ah, no, we have not done the quest yet because there is the sword. Yeah, I just wonder if we'd done it yet in this playthrough. There's the sword right there. Even though we actually have it and are carrying it around because I spawned it in. But this character is also Avallac'h. This is the hermit. Avallac'h is a shapeshifter. He keeps changing his form.
I have hidden nothing that could be useful in our struggle against me.
Where are we with this quest? You know what? He'll tell us if we talk to him, don't he? He'll talk in the hermit form. He won't talk in the Fisher King form. Can we talk to you? Okay. So he doesn't tell us what we haven't done. I think we're missing 2 of them. Is that right?
As many as it takes.
Can't remember. Wait. Go to world map. You have nothing on your head. Ah, you know what? We left our horse at the Fisher King. We can see where he is. He's almost straight across from Corvabianca. A little bit north of Corvabianca. Straight across from the Cockatrice Inn. Okay. But there's no clicky thing. Yeah, this is one of those hidden quests. So it doesn't have the map markers. Is it a secondary quest? That's the name of it. There can only be one? Oh, we're only missing one. What haven't we done? It's Avallac'h, isn't it? think it's Avallac'h. There can only be one for 60. Compassion, honor, generosity, valor, wisdom. What is honor? Honor. Father knows worth great balls of granite. Okay. We have to do the original statue quest. That's the one we're missing. Or the brothers? We haven't done the brothers yet? I thought we did that. Wait. I've got multiple playthroughs going at the same time. That's why I'm having a hard time remembering. Plus, this is my 11th playthrough. This one. But then I've also got a 12th playthrough that I'm also doing at the same time. Great Balls of Granite. There it is. Talk to the art curator. Okay. Father knows worst. You have to get specific endings in specific quests in order to unlock. I thought we did Father Knows Best. Did we get the bad ending in it? We might have. I might have had a reason for going, you know what, we're going to do bad ending. It's possible. It's possible we haven't even unlocked it yet, is what it looks like. I'm not seeing it. What do we got for fail? Oh, yeah, okay. Those, we actually did both of them. And then we had a game crash. And we lost part of the save file. And I didn't realize, and kept on going. And I didn't realize the part of the save file that we lost. We ended up losing those. So then we ended up doing other stuff, and it ended up canceling those out. So. We actually did them. And lost them. I do not see. Am I scrolling through too fast? I might be. They both list under the same secondary quest category, so they should both be in the blue section. Okay. So I think we haven't even unlocked it yet in this playthrough. Not that we need to. We're carrying Erudite with us. We don't have the bad ending for this quest also. There is a bad ending for it, and I've never done it. We actually have an opportunity to do that. Have we gotten all the endings for the original quest? It has 3 endings. The good ending you take them back. The bad ending, you rent them. What's the other ending? I noticed 3 endings. I don't think we've done all the endings for this quest. But we do not have it unlocked at all. That's interesting. Which one is the Avallac'h? Because I know we haven't done Avallac'h. Compassion with the Shellmar. That's the one we did with that. Roderick Duntine. We haven't done that yet. That quest is not done. Ask Roach to forgive Marcello. We're right near that quest. It's right around the corner from us. I know we haven't done that yet either. Avallac'h wouldn't do that. Avallac'h was big on preaching forgiveness. He wasn't good at practicing, especially not where horses were concerned. This book is apparently friendly. They can't say the word testicles. It says appendages in parentheses. Let Marlin stay at Corobianco. Okay, we haven't done that quest yet. We haven't done a lot of quests yet. Oh, what have we done that we got so many crossed off? We're only missing one. Was the Shellmar that crossed off Compassion? Pain Boot Black 500. No, we haven't done that quest yet. Obtained Ribbon. We haven't done that quest yet. Refuse to accept reward from Hermitage. We haven't done that quest yet. No. Ah, there's more over here. Purchase painting for 1,000 crowns. We haven't done that quest yet. Tipped message, messenger boy. We did that one. Okay. Do not kill Iocast. Why did I press it as locate? After the hunt, ask about daughter's well-being. We haven't done that quest yet. Do not kill. We haven't done that quest yet. Bring the pendant found on the body back. Wait, what is that quest? Bring the pendant found... Oh, okay. No, I'm reading it wrong. No, we haven't done that quest yet either. So the Shellmar is actually the only one we've done for Compassion. We haven't done any for Honor. Free Vivian of her curse.
We were discussing
We haven't done that quest yet either. What'd we do into Valor? It says we have Valor and Wisdom crossed off already. Save the tournament knights and captain... No, we haven't done that quest yet. Kill Detloff. Haven't done that quest yet. Defeat Umbra. Not done that quest. Defeat the Witch of Lynx. Did we do that? We might have done that. I don't know. Defeat the Griffin at Dunstone Crest. Defeat Sir Gregory at the arena. We didn't do that yet, right? No, because that's the tourney. Yeah, we haven't done that yet. Defeat the Slithards. Nope, that's Avallac'h. We've been avoiding that quest. Kill Iocast. No, into that either. Keep Francis DeFark alive. Oh, we didn't do that. Oh, I remember that. We've never gotten a bad ending with that quest. We've gotten multiple endings with that quest, but it always ended up kind of good-ish ending. There's a good ending and a kind of goodish ending, but when we got to that quest, we did a few months ago, and we triggered it by accident. I didn't realize we were that close to it, and it just automatically triggered a cutscene, so we just ran into it. And while we were doing it, I was like, so I wonder what happens if we don't go into the boss fight with him. Can he fight it on his own? Will he die? Can he die? So we just stood outside the cave, and then this thing came up. It this message. It said he had died. So then we went in. Yep, there's his body, and then we found this whole quest sidetrack that I didn't know was there, because I didn't know that character could die, and he did. And then we had to go back and tell his fiance he was dead, and we couldn't save him. Yeah, we didn't even try. We just stood there and watched all these freaking kill him. So nope, keep him alive. We didn't do that. What did we do? We must have been defeat the Griffin, but I don't know which Griffin. And the last one is wisdom. Solve the riddle where Milton is hiding. Did we do that quest yet? We did, right? Don't you have to... Did we? Yeah, because we've already started the quest with Regis, and that's the quest with Regis. Okay, so that would have triggered the wisdom. And the Phantom at the amphitheater. Amphitheater is where we were going. That's where we were going. Where are we on the map compared to the amphitheater, which is not where we are, obviously. Oh, nowhere's near where we were going. We were going down here. We went completely the wrong way again. That's what we always do. We're supposed to be down here. We're always there. There's flowers to pick ahead of us. Wait, there's flowers to pick ahead of us. Where? I don't see any. It said there was a flower to pick ahead of us. That's a rabbit. Is it this? That's not exactly ahead of us.
Started on doing one show.
That's right up there, ain't it? Are we right beside that? The thing I was just talking about with, I forgot his name already? That knight that died? The Spriggan killed him? I'm just wondering, have we ever explored this island? There's not much to this island, and it's just this little teeny weeny thing, but have we ever explored the lake? Other than the sword that we can't get to because it's encased in glass barrier that is exactly what Avallac'h did in the novels. And there was a reason Actually, there's a very bad reason why he had that sword locked up. It's Excalibur. If you know the story of the Fisher King, the original story, not the Witcher version of it, but the original story, that's absolute hell. The sword that is encased in there that you're trying to get out is powered by the blood of the Fisher King. It's the sword that the Lady of the Lake, Ciri, used to castrate the Fisher King, Avallac'h. And continually, on a daily basis, re-puts the sword back into the wound to keep his blood on it, to keep power in the sword. That's how Excalibur works, and that's why Excalibur, the sword and the stone, doesn't work for everybody. You have to continually find the Fisher King and continually over and over again re-injure him. Which is why he keeps the sword in case so nobody can do it anymore. The whole thing with Elder Blood, the source of Elder Blood comes from that. Elder Blood is a thing that was in the King Arthur legends. That's what was used to power the sword. I am amazed how many people play this game and have no clue the connection to the King Arthur legends. I've come to the conclusion that a lot of people who play video games don't read books. You're sliding all the way back down. Now, we left our horse all the way back on the other side. Our horse is back there with the Fisher King. Why can't you get up here? I know we've gotten up this before. Just don't know where. We're climbing up in the wrong area because he keeps sliding back down. Now he's stuck on a tree. I know there's a cave up here somewhere. And now that I've remembered it, I'm wondering, is it the one with the Spriggan where we left the night? So I want to go find out. Because I can't remember if that's where this is or not. I think it is. I'm not sure if I'm where I'm thinking I am or not. I can't remember. We don't come visit the Fisher King very often because we don't explore this area of the map very often. So I don't know this area that well.
Friends, are your parents?
There is a campsite here. Doesn't look like the campsite I was thinking of, though. Is it? This looks like a bigger campsite. Because he was just one night. He wasn't a whole group. He was doing this whole... What was the story? He was chasing after this girl. And her father caught him together, and so he told the father he was going to marry her. And Daddy went off because he didn't really want to marry her. He had told them the girl and the father, he had told them this whole story of how, well, there's this monster up in the Gorgon foothills. I'll go kill this monster and bring back its head. And it's a quest you don't get unless you happen to walk by the girl. She's just standing there at random on a bridge in the village, and not the village, and she did Nilfgaard emissary, right? She's just standing there on the bridge, anyways, and when you walk by her, if you walk close enough to her, it triggers her to call out and ask you to go help her. And she tells you this whole story about how he hasn't been seen again. You know, this happened, we were going to get married, and he tells my father, I'm going to go this beast. Nobody knows what it is. I'm going to go kill this beast, and I'll come back with its head, and then the wedding will be right after that. And he never comes back. And she says, I think he's been gone like 3 months or something. He should have only been gone a couple of days, and he's been gone a really long time. So you go looking for him. I thought it was in this area. But I could be completely in the wrong place. I could also just look at the map, but, you know, I like wandering. Is this the Bastion prison? Bastjoy? Yes, this is the Bastjoy prison. Okay, so this is not the area I was thinking of, but I think it is near here. So we need to go back and get our horse. So we should, if we swing back around and head back down, we should run into our horse. We're too far away to logically call our horse. I don't like the whole call your horse from anywhere, no matter how many miles away it is. Boom, here it is, magic horse. I don't like that. Locked? Really? We don't have that key? Okay. Oh, we got a key to look for somewhere. Thought we did this already. Hey, can we climb up that? Looks like we can climb up it. We can climb up it. There's pigeon poop on the wall here telling us we can climb up on it. What are these supposed to be? It's harpy poop. It says that somewhere. It's Skelliger, I think, right? And there's a place somewhere where you see that. Geralt has this comment about, oh, harpy poop. I remember how he words it. It's harpy poop, anyways. We always call it pigeon poop because guano. We can see out over quite a long ways. Can we get up higher? Can we get up there without dying? I should probably have saved before I jump up here because, you know, Avallac'h likes to fall off. Oh wow, now I'm dizzy. Why does that do that sometimes? Sometimes I'm fine climbing up these things, no problem. And every once in a while I get dizzy while I'm climbing up these things, even though it's a video game and I'm not actually climbing up these things. It's weird. Can we see our horse from here? I can see where we left our horse. We left our horse right over there. Too far away, we can't see our horse. Can we see? Is that a cave there? What am I seeing? That's a building. What's that building? Fort Astray ruins. And there's something there? Oh, the White Wolf gear. Okay. There is a cave here. Wait, there is a cave here. And there's another cave over here. There's a place of power. And there's more caves. Or if this cave's the one I'm thinking of, and we climbed up right here on this side of this path. I don't know if it's this cave, and I was thinking of the right place, and we just went the wrong way when we came up. Which would mean over there. Alright, let's go over there. Can we safely get down from this? No, don't go on that side. That's definitely gonna kill you, but okay, now we're levitating. Isn't this body supposed to have the key that we use over there? Have we already done this and it's doing one of those things where it's glitched out because of the loot respawning mod? Which for some reason respawns some boxes but doesn't respawn the keys because I'm not finished making it yet and I didn't get that far yet. Alright, so we go back this way instead of going to get our horse. Get our horse in a minute. We haven't had any monsters or anything to fight. We don't have the random encounters mod on right now. It is so ridiculous, that update. I took it off because I planned, because a new one came out, and I took it off when, like October? It's not the same mod updated. It's a new mod. They took the old mod and they used it as a base. A different person took the old mod, used it as a base, and made a new mod that is like the original Random Encounters mod, but does different things and doesn't have all the bugs and glitches. And I was going to just put it on, but then when I downloaded it, it uploaded another update right after I downloaded it. Or it was like within an hour after I downloaded it. So I downloaded the update, and then they had a note on the update that this update isn't finished. It fixes this bug, but there's another bug. And so every day I'd go back and I'd download the new one. Every day there would be another note. So I fixed this and this and this and this, but now I've got this and this and this and this to work on. I'll update it in a few days. I do that. So every day it's being updated, which is fine if you're only using 5 or 6 mods. I'm using over 4,000 mods. So I have to remerge all of these mods over and over again. The random encounters mod is one of the most annoying mods to try to merge. It conflicts with everything, absolutely everything. So it all has to be manually merged. Because I have to merge it with 4,000 other mods, it's going to take me 2 or 3 weeks to do a manual merge. And until they stop with the daily updates, which have now been going on for close to 8 months, have now been going on for close to 8 months, and every single day they're still updating it.
Nice.
Every single day. Well, I found more bugs. They should not have uploaded it. If it's going to have 8 months of daily updates, because it has 8 months of bugs, with a new bug being fixed every day, they should not have uploaded it to Nexus. It was not ready to be uploaded. So, I'm waiting for them to finish it. And I don't mind playing the game, just picking flowers. So until they finish updating the new version of the Random Encounters mod, which I just checked again this morning, yes, there was another update today. They're not done yet. It's still updating. I haven't put it back on yet. People who are using it are saying it is better than the original one. It doesn't have most of the bugs. Apparently it still has a lot of bugs because it's still constantly being updated. The thing is, every time they re-update it, I'm going to have to re-merge it with the mods I'm using. As just such a time-consuming thing. It's not a case where, oh, you can drop this file in like normal mods. You can't with the way I'm playing the game. Normally, you drop the file into your mod folder and merge a couple of mods and you're done. So when you have 4,000 mods, edit in over 12,000 script files of the game and more than 70,000 texture files of the game, no, you can't just simply drop a file in. You have to manually merge every single one of them, and it takes weeks to do it. That's why you'll sometimes see me saying that I'm remerging mods. I'm taking 2 or 3 weeks off from streaming. When the mods are finished merging, we'll play it again. It's not a case of let's merge a couple of mods and then a couple more mods a day. It's 8, 10, 12 hours of manually putting these files together. You're dealing with a mod like the Random Encounters mod. Not an easy mod to merge. One thing I've always been good at is patience. And we just patiently wait for them to get finished. They're closing in on a year now and they're not finished. Have we gone the wrong way? I think we have. I have no clue which direction we have gone. This water is way too blue. Real water is not this blue. That is unrealistically blue water. Okay, we've hit the end of the world. How did we hit the end of the world? Wait a minute. Did I rest? Boy, did we go the wrong way. It's completely the opposite direction where we're about to go. Oh. Usually we're stopping to fight things every few minutes because the random encounter mod spawning in monsters. So ever since I took it off because I was going to put the new one on, we haven't had the constant, steady, non-stop monsters attacking us anymore. We've had very peaceful, relaxing gameplay without any interruptions of any monsters to fight. Which is very not what the earlier half of the Avallac'h playthrough was. We were having monsters attacking constantly and very high level monsters because I changed all the monster codes. Avallac'h was dying on average every 12 minutes, and Gels was dying on average every 7 minutes. We actually calculated it. That's just from the monsters constantly attacking. And without the random encounters mod, the only thing that kills us now is falling off of rooftops and towers. I like walking in water like this in real life. We live in an area where there is just so many streams like this. Anytime you're near the ocean, you're gonna see lots of streams like this because everything that drains off into the ocean. It's a noticeable difference. It's a noticeable difference in the temperature when you're walking just a few feet away from the water in the summer. It can get extremely hot. But then when you go into the water, it is freezing cold. It is so incredibly cold. Tourists come up here and they try to walk in mountain streams and they can't. I forget how hot the rest of the planet is until you see things like what just happened this week, and all these people. Twitter has been flooded all week with people talking about the temperature's down to 50 degrees, we're going to freeze to death. When the temperature gets up to 50 degrees, we put on bikinis and go out on the beach. 50 degrees doesn't happen very often around here. That's quite hot. And everybody in Texas is, oh my God, it's 50 degrees. We're going to freeze to death. I don't know. I just forget how extremely hot the rest of the world is. I don't know how people could live in areas like that. I know I definitely couldn't. I've had heat stroke several times with the temperature in the 60s. That's weather that most people consider cold. I am not able to tolerate the heat on any level at all. I don't know why. I think because I've just never been around it. You know, that contradicts the novels. Amir hired an assassin to kill her, and then hired a doppelganger, a girl who looked just like Ciri, to be the Empress.
Mainly desert creatures.
And he married her.
Survive months on it without water.
There's 2 series in the novels. The real Ciri has blue eyes and golden blonde hair that gleamed like the sun, which she braided into dreadlocks and rolled in ashes after her grandmother's death. That's why people called her the ashen-haired maid, because she had ashes in her hair, not because her hair was gray. And then she disappeared. Presumably dead, because she was supposed to be dead. She disappeared. She disappeared. The grandmother, the mother, and Ciri all together. Netflix contradicts that a lot. Netflix took some huge liberties. Huge liberties. Bigger liberties than the game took. And gone, well, that doesn't sound logical. Let's have it do this instead. Okay, but that's not what they said that did happen in the novels. Dunny, Emperor Mir, Ciri's father, hired an assassin to blow up the boat, while Ciri, her mother, and her grandmother were on the boat on a trip to Skellige. That's how Ciri's grandmother and mother died in the novels. Not quite what you were told on Netflix, was it? Ciri supposedly died in that. She was 7 years old. Then, and that was because she wouldn't marry him. Also, Emperor Mir, already married to Pavada. At that point, Dunny, not yet Emperor Mir. Already married to Pavada, tried to get Ciri, 7 years old, his own daughter, to marry him, so he could kill his wife and her mother, take the throne, and use Ciri as the figurehead so people would look at, oh, here's Ciri. But he actually ran everything, and Ciri refused to marry him. Ciri, at 7 years old, refused to marry her father. That was why the whole let's kill everybody thing happened. And she ends up with the Uncrates, who... oh boy! I'm gonna marry her! Because, why not? Everybody else is trying to. So then you have to go through Hjalmar and Crack on Crate, fighting over who gets to rape the 7-year-old first. There are so many people in the Witcher novels that, when you read the Witcher novels, you just want to strangle them. And Avallac'h is one of them. He is one of the ones that people hate as well, for the same reason. Everybody was just after Ciri. Everybody was. In this light, you can see that the top and skirt on that one are extremely dramatically different. They looked much similar in color in the other light. I still like this one best over here. This is the last one, that one. They're all wearing the same outfit in different color right now because I was testing out colors. I'm going to make all the same ones that I had before, but I'm going to make them all the same color like I did before, like the pink ones and the brown ones that I already have. You're not a merchant. Why are you saying that? What was I saying? That sidetracked me. I forgot. Where was I going? Oh yeah, Siri was talking about Papa and becoming the Empress. That sidetracked me to talking about how that contradicts the novels. 2 series, that's what I was saying. Takes me a while to get back to remembering what I was talking about. Can we go in this building? Nope. But there were 2 series in the novels. Real, actual Ciri has blue eyes and golden blonde hair that gleams like the sun. It was gold, yellow. The fake Ciri, Emperor Mir, Dunny, found this girl. He's Emperor Mir in the game. He's Dunny in the novels. He found this girl who looked almost exactly like Ciri, but there were differences. The real Ciri was missing her entire face. Bare bone, skull, no flesh. Not a little teeny scar on her cheek. Not small scar. No face. Her hair was in dreadlocks, and she had long bangs that she brushed to hold over her face, and she wore a mask to cover her face. Because no face, not a scar, no face. So he finds a girl. Most people didn't know that Ciri had had most of her face cut off. He finds this girl that looks like Ciri. She has a little teeny scar on her cheek, like Ciri in the game. Little teeny scar on her cheek. Her hair is silver platinum blonde, white blonde, like Ciri in the game. And her eyes are green, like Ciri in the game. It's the imposter Ciri. He sits her on the throne, and she pretends to be the Empress. She's older than Ciri as well. Ciri is 7, this girl is 12. She's a little bit older than Ciri. The thing is, Ciri has never been outside of the palace. So the only people who know that this girl doesn't look exactly like Ciri is the people in the palace. The royal family and the servants. Well, Dunny's a jackass. It's easy for him to just kill off all the servants, get all new servants. They don't know the difference. So you have imposter Ciri, the Empress, silver blonde, white hair, green eyes, she has emerald green eyes, and a little teeny thin scar on her cheek, passing off as Ciri, while the real Ciri, golden blonde yellow hair, and ethereal blue eyes, and no face at all because her face is completely cut off, on the run from the assassin, Leo, and the Vilgefortz that Dunny, Emperor Mir, has sent after Ciri to kill Ciri. And what do we see in the game? Silver white hair, green eyes, thin scar on the cheek. That's the imposter Ciri. Also older. An adult. That's not the real Ciri. That annoys me so much. Hey, we're finally back where we intended to be. Took us only, what, an hour? You walked the wrong way down that distance. Alright, somewhere over there should be a cave. So we want to go this way now. Go this way while we pick flowers on our way to it. I've had so many people contact me since I changed what Ciri looked like. We got Siri with yellow blonde hair, blue eyes, and a much bigger scar on her face. And a lot of people are mad about that. It really pisses people off that we changed what Siri looks like.
Siri.
Siri,
Siri.
yellow blonde hair and blue eyes and a really big scar on her face. She has the scar she had in the books, more or less. People hate it. I have gotten so many hate emails and death threats because I made Siri with the face paint and everything like she is in the novels. She had dreadlocks before she was traveling with Avallac'h. Avallac'h brushed out her dreadlocks. That's why we sometimes have her with dreadlocks and sometimes have her like this without the dreadlocks. But people get so damn mad about it because they're like, oh, Siri's supposed to have white hair and green eyes. No, she isn't. If you've read the novels, you know that.
Come, let's go.
All right.
Imposter Cyrilla, the figurehead that Dunny has sitting on the throne. She's the one with white hair and green eyes and a thin scar on her cheek. She's not Siri. It bothered me when I found out. Oh, I said I read the novels after I played the game. So it didn't bother me. That's what Siri looked like in the game didn't bother me. Until I read the novels and I was like, wait. They put the imposter Siri in the game. Not the real Siri. Why did they do that? It's the imposter Empress Cyrilla that is in the game. Not actual Siri. You can see that immediately from what she looks like.
Wonder what they're doing.
It annoyed the hell out of me. It didn't bother me as much until we started the Avallac'h playthrough. We started the Avallac'h playthrough and then we're traveling, Avallac'h traveling with Siri. There's no way in hell Avallac'h is going to be traveling with the imposter Cyrilla. That's when you really start to bother me enough that we changed what Siri looked like, because there's just like, you know, it's annoying me.
Anyone home?
There should be a cave over here somewhere. I don't know if we're going the right way or not, though, because I haven't looked at the map again. We Harpies. There's harpies up there. No, the cave we're looking for didn't have harpies.
Not this time.
I remember harpies in Toussaint. And these are actual monsters that are in Toussaint, not random encounters, because, you know, they don't have random encounters on. You guys gonna get close enough to where we have to fight you? No? Wait for the travel companions to kill him so we didn't have to. Are you being terrified? You shouldn't be being terrified. I forgot you have it. You have your vanilla file.
No reason to tarry. Come.
You know what? I don't know. What do we? Oh. Okay. We probably don't want that. What? Is it blue? There it is. That's what we want. Okay. We don't have to do anything to trigger it, right? It just automatically. sooner or later those are going to get close enough if we're going to have to attack them. I do not remember harpies in Toussaint. I'm going to be confused now. One would also assume, though, that the cave we're looking for is where the harpies are. So we're going to aim towards the harpies. Are they all dead without us fighting them? Gils came running over, so I'm going to assume they are. He stays back and hides until everything's dead. That means there should be loot somewhere. There were 5 of them, weren't there? Did I see 5 of them? I think I saw 5 of them. This is the save file. We needed harpies. Except we messed that up when we remerged mods. I don't have primer on here yet. We didn't. Primer merges weirdly with random encounters, so I didn't put primer back on yet because I didn't put random encounters back on yet. I wanted to put them both back on at the same time. So we can't do anything with alchemy right now. Alchemy is completely messed up really bad. We were playing Avallac'h largely alchemy with signs. And right now, without the primer mod, we are full signs and no alchemy. Dragging crest. This is that one I just saw in the book that said about a griffin, and I was wondering where was that and what was the griffin, because I don't remember either. And I didn't look the quest up to see what it was. Also, we only picked up 2 harpy loot, and I saw more than 2 harpies. There should be more dead harpies laying around somewhere. No, I think I do remember harpies because there's a bear over here. This is that cave, isn't it, that we had a really hard time finding the entrance to, because the marker for the cave on the map is not where the cave actually is, right? There's several places on the map the marker is in the wrong place. And I think this is one of those. And it's a Shalmar cave, isn't it? Which would mean it's not the cave I was thinking it was. Because we're looking for the Leshen cave where the Spriggan is. We don't actually have a reason for looking for it other than I was just wondering if it was near here. Place of power. It is. This is that one that's got the wrong marker on the map. And I've never tried to edit the map. I know you can, because there's a cat on the keyboard. Wait a minute. What'd you do? I don't know which one she pushed. Um, he's drinking stuff that I don't know what he just took. Right, it's probably one of these. It's probably one of those that he just took. There's our bear. I like the bear don't attack us anymore. A lot of stuff's not attacking us anymore. Wild dogs don't attack us anymore. Wolves don't attack us anymore. Bear don't attack us anymore. Panthers don't attack us anymore. There's a dead griffin laying here.
Stop. It was touching.
Did something just kill you, or you just... Why is there a dead griffin laying here? I've forgotten this quest. It's been 3 years since the last time we played this game and just played it. You know, went through the quests and played the game like you should. And it's starting to reach a point where it's been so long since we've last played a lot of these quests that I have started to forget some of the quests. This is one of them. This is that one that when I just had the book there, and it mentioned it as part of the Erendite quest, and I was like, I don't remember that. And now that we're here and looking at it, I still don't remember it. That's what comes of going too long doing a thing. If you do something over and over and over and over again, you're constantly doing it, it's in your mind and you remember it. But 3 years since the last time we did a playthrough where we actually just sat down and played the game and went through all the quests, I am starting to forget things. The Avallac'h playthrough. This open world playthrough that we're doing, playing as Avallac'h, I started it May 13th, 2018. So, that's how long it's been since we last played the game and just sat down and played the game. And didn't just wander around picking flowers like we're doing. Hopefully can get back into daily streams. My health has been so horrible the last... since June 2019. June 2019 is when my health started getting really bad. And then COVID-19 became a problem most of 2020. It hit this area really bad. There's a campsite there. Is there a cave entrance here? Is this one of those vintners? I can't remember. We'll go find out. No. Don't. Okay, now you're down here. I was trying to pick this flower and he fell off the edge. left our horse back there. We were supposed to go get our horse. Is our horse even still back there? You still on the map? Yep. Our horse is still back there. Okay. I guess we need to go back and get our horse after we go look in this cave. Are you a merchant?
I never guessed my way.
Ah, my witcher friend.
I like your hat.
Greetings.
I would wear that in real life. I used to have a hat similar to that. It was red and blue velvet. We've not clicked on this one?
Cave's peaceful now. No more trouble.
None.
Never
But
I
why
could care
to
what's
ask?
voice.
Shellmars are hard sometimes to get rid of.
Ah, it is the Shellmar Cave.
Deep underground, no way to get at them. Until they get hungry.
I was right when I said I thought it was the Shellmar Cave now.
Uh-huh. And what am I to do then?
Send for me. Give you my discount for regular customers.
Alright. Now that's marked off.
Mind showing me what you're selling?
You have apples. We've been using apples. You don't have water, though. We want water. We need water. We've been going through a lot of water. Cucumbers should replenish water, since cucumbers are largely water. Do we have anything to sell you? No, because we haven't been looting anything. No, do have things we can sell you. You don't buy any of those things. I think you do buy torches, right? We don't. We have been using the torches. You know, they don't sell for hardly anything. We're just going to keep them. They don't weigh hardly anything either. I saw loot sparkles somewhere. Where did I see them? We fell on them. Over here. Wait, a light? Light. There we go. Coming back up? We aren't gone long. No, no. So, we could teach you about keyboards, huh? You don't know keyboards yet. Rascal does. Keyboard's not a ladder. No. You gonna go over there? Okay. There you go. Is that your spot for today? I don't know why she started sitting here. She started sitting here a few hours ago and she's been here since. She started sitting there probably 2 or 3 hours before I started the stream. We should probably have looted this stuff before we went over and talked to that guy, right? There's mushrooms here. We almost missed those. Is this that one? It is, isn't it? Where we were on the top. I was talking about it one of the last, it was like the last stream or two. It was when after we came to Toussaint, which would have been the last 2 streams. So it was one of the last 2 streams when I was talking about it. And we were on the top, up on the hill, fighting something up there. And we got loot for a Shalmar. And it said we completed a quest that we hadn't even started yet.
Exquisite
And I said, we must be standing on top of the Shalmar cave.
Magnificent caused it down.
I think it was this Shalmar cave that happened to. Which would explain why we hadn't talked to that guy yet, because those dialogues weren't grayed out yet.
Well, it's hard on the nerves, eh?
But you have... Yes, these are dim lights. We like our bright lights. We have to put our bright lights on. Can't. Alright, we have to loot before we can do the light, I guess. I keep forgetting we get the purple cat with us until we get stuck in it. There we go. Can we do the light now?
Will you believe me?
There we go. Light now. Game crashed. Why'd the game crash? What time is it? It's been almost 3 hours. It's been 2 hours and 53 minutes. Alright. Well, since the game crashed, I'm going to stop the stream. Get up and go to the bathroom, refill my drinks, and see if I'm still wanting to play the game. I'm probably still going to come right back on. But we tend to stop around 3 hours. I don't know why the game crashed, except multi-level in the map in Witcher 3. Caves or going upstairs, those crash the game. It's a vanilla bug in the game, you know. This game CD Projekt Red made. They don't make bugs. Somebody hacked their website. Not their website. What was it? It was just on the news about a week ago. It was a database server or something. And they're talking about the base engine for Witcher 3 has been compromised. It didn't make any sense what they were saying. Because anybody who has the game has the base engine for the game and can just open it up on their computer like I do all the time. That's how I edit the game. What they were saying, it sounded to me like an excuse to try to, like what Twitch did with PogChamp. Let's make a big controversy over PogChamp so you don't notice that we are deleting on that exact same day 70,000 channels that had username Chan. Word Chan. Anything Chan. Twitch deleted 70,000 channels. Username Chan. The same day that they started the PogChamp controversy that was nothing. Everybody was so hyped up over PogChamp that nobody noticed that same day, that same hour, 70,000 channels were mass deleted for no other reason other than the word Chan was at the end of their username. It's called bait and switch. CD Projekt Red has a huge lawsuit, 4 of them happening right now. And then all of a sudden this weird hacking thing happens. And people are like, oh, poor CD Projekt Red, but then their explanation, it's, Well, our base game engines were compromised, and everybody who owns the game has the base game engine on their computer and is able to edit it on their computer and see it. It's not a secret. And they're doing this whole, oh no, they took this and their whole, they want us to pay all this money to get it back. And again, everybody who has the game has it on their computer. It comes with the game. Well, most people don't know that. The average person doesn't know that. The average person doesn't know how a game works. Mod makers do, so everybody who makes mods are looking at it and they're like, what the fuck is CD Projekt Red talking about? Anybody who has the game has this. Either the whole thing is a hoax and not real at all, just to try to pity us because, lawsuit and, hey, look, switch bait and switch thing. Or what they are telling the public is not at all what happened, because what they are telling the public isn't possible. Anybody can buy this game for $20. When it's on sale, it's only $20. And it often is on sale. And have that same bit of information that they claim was stolen and being ransomed for millions. I don't know. Something's not right with that. Let's sit here and sing. Since I'm uploading these to YouTube, and I've started a separate YouTube channel just for these. I don't think anybody even knows about it yet, so I don't think it has any subscribers or anything yet. When did I start it? I think I started in November. Didn't I start at Thanksgiving week? Because I have several YouTube channels, and I used to just put all my videos on one channel. Yeah. All my vlogs, all my shopping vlogs, all my dog walking vlogs, everything used to be on one channel. The games, this game, that game, other games. And I started thinking, you know what? I have so many that are just Witcher. Just a Witcher 3. Nothing else. It needs its own channel. So I started a new YouTube channel, and I'm moving all my Witcher streams over to that one. And it takes forever. YouTube has a limit. Is it 15 a day? It's not 15 a day, is it? It's 24 a day. It's one video an hour. I can't remember. There's a limit on how many you can upload in one day, anyways. And so I will have it, I will open the file folder, and I'll just select all this whole, click all this long list, and it'll upload and upload and upload and upload and upload, and eventually it gets to a point where it says max upload reached. You can't upload more than that in one day. So I just let it wait, and then after a few more hours have gone by, it starts in again and it keeps going. So every 24 hours. So I end up with this massive long list. So it takes forever to upload videos because there's so many of them. Plus the new ones, because I'm uploading all the old ones and the new ones. And we are at, this is episode 1143. There's 1,143. That's just the long VOD episodes, the full streams uncut. Then there's all the clips and all the highlights, which there's hundreds of each. I think there's 800 and something clips and a couple of thousand highlights. And then there's the how-to videos. I have so many Witcher 3 videos. So I decided to start a new YouTube channel that is just all the Witcher videos and nothing but the Witcher videos. And in the process of uploading videos, I discovered if you upload a 3-hour video, it takes maybe an hour at the most to upload it. If you upload a 6-hour video, it takes 2 or 3 days. Why? If it takes an hour to upload 3 hours, shouldn't it take 2 hours to upload 6 hours? Not multiple days? That's why recent streams, I try to keep them somewhere between 2.5 to 4 hours, because once it hits 4 hours, all of a sudden we start having trouble uploading just because it takes so long. So, 3 hours. Which also causes I don't need to have an intermission. I can stop at 3-ish hours, get up, go to the bathroom, do everything that I need to do, get food, drinks, all that stuff. Move my legs, because I need to move my legs. I sit 24 hours a day. You have to exercise your legs even though you can't move them. That's what the teeter is for. If you've never seen a teeter, Google it. That's what it's called, teeter. It's a table thing that hangs you upside down, gets your legs recirculating. It's, you know, if you have a broken spine like me and you can't get up and walk around and have to have help, and I can get up and move if I'm holding on to something. I can hold on to the desk, I can hold on to the chair. So I can move around the house. It's very difficult, but I can move around the house on my own. Something I couldn't do 2 years ago. Slowly, I am gaining more use of my legs. At the start of all of this, I had no feeling or anything, and I was in a wheelchair. So I'm out of the wheelchair. I had to use a walker for a while. Now I've got a cane that's sitting right there. I'm to the point I can get up, and if I'm holding on to something, I can move around on a limited basis. But I can't go outside and move around and walk, so I'm still not to the point where I can take my dog for walks. So I have to have, there's a dog walking group that comes and takes her, and they walk a bunch of dogs together. And she knows the other dogs. They're all dogs in the neighborhood that she knows from when we walked and stuff, so she thinks that's great. They come pick her up, and they'll be gone for an hour or 2 and come back with her. She thinks that's wonderful. It's frustrating. I am doing better than doctors expected, though, because originally doctors said I would never be able to walk again. They were just, nope, nothing. They sent me to this specialist. I don't know who he was. He's a neurosurgeon who specializes in doing spinal column nerve bundle surgeries. They kept saying to me, from one doctor to the next, and they finally had to send me to this guy. Every doctor was like, no, I'm not going to touch this. I don't dare. The problem is I have 3 vertebrae in my spine that are just smashed. And so this nerve, the spinal column, the nerve bundle inside of the spinal column, the bones from the vertebrae are like crushed downwards and into and punctured through my spinal column. So what surgery needs to do is pull the bone back out and put it back up where it belongs. The problem is there's like 100 or so nerves in that. And the way it's crushed, they're holding pressure. The bone is holding pressure on the nerves. And so I still have use of some movement. And so he did all these MRIs and x-rays, and he had all these charts hanging up on the wall, and he's showing me, this is what it looks like, here's what the damage is, here's what all of this is, and he's showing me I have to pull this up out. Now if I have to pull this out, that pressure is not going to be on your nerve column anymore, and there is a 73% chance that you will be completely paralyzed from the neck down. No movement of your arms or your legs or anything else ever again. You probably also won't be able to talk if I pull this out and take the pressure off those nerves. So, he's supposed to be the top specialist of the world in operating on spines, and he says he can't. Which is annoying. I'm somebody who used to do mountain climbing and aqua jogging and horseback riding and hiking hilly terrain, very uphill terrain. I used to walk 13 miles a day with my dog. And now I'm stuck, which is why you used to see me, I used to stream an hour 3 times a week. 1 hour Monday, 1 hour Wednesday, 1 hour Friday. And that's why I was never home. And then you saw me start streaming 10, 12 hours a day because I can't do anything else. Stuck in bed. Hate it. I'm also somebody that's not going to be told, you're never going to walk again, because I'm like hell. This all happened in 2013, and it's now 8 years later. And I'm much further than doctors expected me to ever be, because I can get up and move around somewhat. It's just frustrating that you look at where I was in 2013 to where I am now, and it's like, it's not that much improvement. But then you have the doctors like, oh my god, this is wow. So apparently it is a lot of improvement, but my mindset is I should be further along than this. I want to be mountain climbing and horseback riding again. That's why you see us do so much mountain climbing and horseback riding in the game. Can't do it in real life anymore, so I'm going to do it in the game instead. All the car cats are in a pile asleep. The 7 corridors. They're funny when they decide to go to bed. One of them will decide, I'm tired, no matter what they're doing, they'll be swimming around doing stuff. And all of a sudden, he's just, that's it, I'm tired. And he'll just fling himself down the floor. Right, you watch him when they do it, and you're like, is he sick? What just happened to him? But he does it every night when he's ready to go to bed. He's swimming around. They all do it. They decide they're tired, they're just in the middle of something, in the middle of doing whatever it is they're doing on the plants or something, and all of a sudden, no, I'm tired, fling myself down on the gravel. And as soon as one of them does it, the others all immediately stop what they're doing, and they swim to where he is, and they all just fling themselves in a pile, and there's just this pile of fish laying there on the bottom. They'll sleep like that for about an hour, and then they'll get up and swim around again. 4 or 5 hours later, they'll do it all over again. I've never seen curry cats do that. Normally, when they get tired, they'll find a place and they just line up and they sit. Not these. They flung themselves on top of each other. There's this pile of fish. That's how they sleep. We were worried when we put them in there because corridor cats, they are so small. They're only about 4 inches, which that's kind of big for an aquarium fish. Most people don't have aquarium fish that are bigger than a corridor cat. But we had, when we put them in there, we had worry of the fact that they're in there with 2 Megalodora arowanis. So a 4-inch fish, Megalodora arowanis, would just open their mouth and they could eat that entire clump of fish all at once if they wanted to. However, usually they're really peaceful. They're not an aggressive fish. And we've had, since I've had them, I've had 3 betas. I've had the Megalodoras for a long time. They're old fish. They're also huge fish. That's why we have that gigantic tank. And when you look in the tank, all you see, there's Danios up at the top, and there's a couple of cories down at the bottom. There's 7 corridors, and 25 Danios, and a beta, and that's all you ever see. So when you look at the tank, it looks like that's all that's in the tank, and you see this massive tank. Danios are only about 1 inch long, and the beta's, beta's about 3 inches long. Corridor is about 4 inches long. As you get this massive tank and these little teeny fish, and it looks like there's nothing in there but them. It looks like you have these little tiny fish, and anybody who ever comes over and they look at the tank, they're like, wow, that tank is huge, and why do you have a tank that big for those fish? And then I point out at the bottom, there's these huge logs, and I'll pick up one of the logs, and there they are. They're like, oh my god, I've never seen one of these before. Most people have never seen a Megalodora arowana. Google it, Megalodora arowana catfish. Giant Raphael catfish. Full grown, they will be almost 4 feet long. They're massive, huge fish. But they don't bother the little fish. I've never had any problems with them with the betas. The beta always stayed up at the top. And they've outlived 3 betas now over the years. And they've never had problems with plecos. We've had plecos in with them before. So the corridoras and the Danios are the smallest fish we've ever had with the raft cats. So when we got them, we didn't know, are they just going to be eaten immediately? My assumption was they wouldn't, because they've never bothered any of the other fish. And they haven't. Rachel was sitting out once in the front, just sitting there with her mouth open. One of the little Danios swam by, swam right in her mouth, and she spit it back out. She's like, you're not food, I don't want you. Most people are never going to see a Megalodora. They don't breed them. They're wild caught. They were rescue fish. They got caught, ended up in a rescue, and nobody had a tank big enough for them. And then they couldn't find any zoos that would take them. There aren't any zoos or aquariums around here that take anything. And I was at the fish store. And it happened right after we had this massive tank failure that killed all the fish. And we had gone in. The tank was fully cycled and all set back up and ready to go again. So I was going to go in and order more eels, because normally I have eels. Eels are what I've always had. We went back in and told him we were going to order some more eels, and he knows I've got a big tank. I can take monster fish. And he's like, wait, Your eel tank. You don't have any eels right now. Your eel tank's empty? We've got an emergency case. We can't keep these fish. And he shows me these fish, and he's got them in like a 10-gallon tank, and they can't move. They absolutely can't move. They're filling the entire tank. He's like, we've got these fish. They came in. We've been trying to find somebody that has a tank for. You've got a tank for these. Well, the tank I used to have, they outgrew it. So, about a month ago, we brought in a new tank. We have a new tank now. It's twice as big as the old tank. Because they, after 10 years of growing, have outgrew the other tank. And they'll outgrow this one. This one will be big enough for them for another 5 or 6 years. But they'll outgrow this one, and I'll have to get an even bigger tank. We're watching the corridors. They're all just sitting in a pile. It's a massive pile of fish all laying on top of each other. They're sleeping. Oh, they look so funny when they do that. I've never seen corridors sleep like that. That's that's not how the corridors normally sleep. That's how they sleep for some reason. I'm going to stop and go upload this. And what time is it? It is 9:15 p.m. It is time for me to go to bed. It is time for me to clean the mess. Because, you know, police and FBI are supposed to be coming over to redo the building. I don't know what they're doing. They're coming over with electricians, and they have to do something with setting up security things. So I have to clean up the mess and make room for them to come in and do that. I don't know what they're doing. They told the landlord, gave the landlord paperwork, and landlord came over and he has all this paperwork, and he's I don't know, the police and FBI, they're doing something in my building. Yeah, my uncles are insane. Well, apparently this threat is bigger than threats they've done in the past, because they're doing more work to this building than they've ever done to any other apartments. That's why we have trouble starting our streams. They've already got a thing put up for the internet. Yippee skippies having psychopaths for relatives. Yeah, why the game crash? Do we have it on a 3-minute save or a 10-minute save? I don't know. I kept changing it back and forth, and I don't know which one it's on now. When the game was crashing a lot because we were having all kinds of issues trying to get the mods up and running, I had it on a 3-minute save so that we wouldn't lose progress. But then I changed it to a 10-minute save. I don't know where it is at. We can check when we reload. I'll likely be back on within an hour. I don't know. Might not. You know how I'm here. I never know what I'm gonna do. Yes.